what it is, family. I already know what time it is. Chainbreaker Squad is bitch, you dig? You know what I'm saying? Got these both lot in this thing with me. Y'all already know what it is. Be glad, you know what I'm
You
saying?
already know.
Hey, you feel me? What's up, bro? What's up, man? You ready to get into it?
Man, tell it, man. Finna talk about this. Some shit we been, some we everybody grew up on, man. Getting their ass whooped. God damn it. Where this shit come from, my nigga? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, this stuff whooping niggas' asses. So we
So,
finna go
hey,
and bust
so
that
look,
shit
that's what
open,
I'm gonna
man.
say. What is
We
it that
finna
what
bust
we
this shit
talking
open
about?
though, man.
What is we
We
gonna be
finna
talking
bust
about
this shit
today,
open, man.
man?
I finna talk about it, man. I finna talk about it. Where did shit come from, man? How it started and what we supposed to be doing and how we get to where we at now. You know what I'm saying? Doing it the way we doing it now, man. That's just simple as that. You know what I mean? And if you.
Uh, well, I'm just, I guess my shit we looked at as a little bit of history and statistics type
Yeah.
stuff. You feel me? So yeah, man. So you know, peace to everybody that's gonna watch this, and thank you for watching, man. Uh, we
Mm-hmm.
out here get the same jump, bro. Whenever you ready.
All right. All right. First, let's go to the when I looked at the word discipline, the first thing I seen was, I looked up the origins of the word, and they got the Middle East and all that, where it do say where where you whipping yourself, where hurting, cutting yourself or something like that. But it means knowledge though, you know what I'm saying? So knowledge is uh like the old English origin of the word, like no, not old English, but Middle English is it would be mortification by scourging oneself. That's in Middle English, yeah, you know what I mean? Back then, you know what I mean? But old French and Latin, you know what I mean? They translated as knowledge or instruction. So when you look up the word discipline, you find that because you gotta know where this shit come from, you know what I mean? Because this is English we speaking, like damn, this ain't your language, you know what I mean? So we telepathic, you know what I mean? But anyway, the word discipline comes from discipulus, the Latin word for pupil, which is, you know what I'm saying, which, you know what I mean? They got but it was invented like it was invented in like it dates back, that word discipline, it dates back to like the 13th century, you know what I'm saying? It like it took it like the real meaning, like it took its meaning from the old French, you know what I'm saying? Word this discipline, you know what I'm saying? With the DESCEPLINE, you know what I mean? It's like physical, and that meant like physical punishment, you know what I'm saying? Teaching like that, teaching that way, you know what I mean? And, and from the Latin, like I was saying, disciplina, you know what I'm saying, which would be instruction given or teaching, learning, knowledge, you know what I mean? That's what I was saying at first, you know what I mean? So, um, but it's a but the like the military like meaning like word like for it, like when you start like when you look at it like in this like in military terms, when that term like how you look at it in combat, you know what I'm saying? That term ain't start coming up like that until like you know what I'm saying, 1500, you know what I'm saying, around that time, you know what I'm saying? They ain't start using it like that, you know what I'm saying, for as like training that way until like the 1500s, you know what I'm saying? So, but but if you think about it, I you know, let me see if I can got any more notes on the history before I go in on this real quick. And yeah, uh, and according to this book or whatever they call like the building classroom with discipline, they say it got like three different types of discipline. I ain't gonna get into them, but one is preventive, one is supportive, and one is corrective. You know what I'm saying? This is see shit like that. Those be like like computer programs that you like up like like apps on your phone. You know what I'm saying? And your phone is the brain. You the brain. You know what I'm saying? That you know what I'm saying? Like, but you don't need that shit. You know what I'm saying? No white folks need that shit. But like I say, they passed the Greeks, you know what I'm saying, the Romans and white folks, you know what I'm saying? Old Middle English, all that shit. Like I say, when it was mortification by you know what I'm saying? That Middle English, like they associated discipline in that way for us, like, and when you think about that, that's the same shit going today, but it's kind of like inverted, I guess, because you the one giving it out to you. Let's say like your child or something, you know what I'm saying? You whooping your child, you beating your child or whatever, you hitting them for something, you know what I mean? You using pain, or it's like the same way they did the slavery, the slave using pain. I mean, to to make somebody do something by force. You do that shit. This is a method that we supposed to be using to. This is a method we supposed to use on animals. You know what I'm saying? Not people. Like, well, and I I kind of like didn't want to say that word because we ain't even people. You know what I'm saying? Like, we souls. So it's like it's on a whole nother level. So that shit don't even. The language confuses all the whole motherfucking thing. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? To understand it. But if you understand, if you just follow me now, it's like our way, since we are souls, like it's knowledge. You know what I'm saying? It should be, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, when you young, and that's the thing, you have to be vibrating on a certain level too. You know what I mean? You got to get that you're on a whole nother wave. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing this senseless bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So you're not teaching this. You're not eating this bullshit. You're not seeing. You know what I'm saying? You're not talking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, will you pass this knowledge down that way? You know what I'm saying? When the knowledge is filtered in that way, you know what I'm saying, to a child, and they get it, and they starting to raise up and being built upon those principles. You know what I'm saying? Qualities like loyalty and honor, respect. You know what I'm saying? They built upon those like the way they supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't the everything is a lesson. You know what I'm saying? Everything is a lesson. It's a life lesson. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you grown, you make an error. You know what I'm saying? It'll be like that when you're a child. Ain't no need for no whooping. It's just you learning and you growing. You know what I'm saying? But since we ain't running the world and ain't nobody on that shit, on no energy shit, you know what I'm saying? So it's about whooping your ass. You know what I'm saying? It's back to the mortification. It's back to what my notes say. What it say? It's back to uh more mortification by scourging oneself. You know what I'm saying? You do that when you do it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? The same thing you do it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to you're looking for desired results and an outcome. You know what I mean? So, but I say that ain't how we supposed to be doing it. You know what I mean? And this is a mindset that you're supposed to put on. I mean, this is something that you do to animals if you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, these people was on all fours in the Caucasus Mountains and all. You feel me? They was wild. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? If you had to tame them like animals, you had to beat them. You know what I'm saying? This is what you had, and it wasn't about. And then even the beating, the one we hit them, you know what I'm saying? We ain't even look at it as it wasn't even an emotional thing. It was a part of the training, you know what I'm saying? This is the way we had to program the brain, you know what I'm saying? Because they are basic ass animal, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's like tapping the button and then let's see how basic some shit is. You hit a motherfucker, they get a response. Oh, I ain't gonna do this. If I walk right here, oh, you're gonna hit my leg, so I'm gonna move. I ain't gonna put my leg right there. That's some basic ass shit. But you gotta do that to a crazy motherfucker that don't understand though. You know what I'm saying? Wow, and like how they was living in feces, you know what I'm saying? What you think they created the pig for? You know what I'm saying? Clean that shit up. But for real, um, why we created the pig. Oh, they one of them. I mean, they ain't create shit. They can't create shit. But but like I was saying though, when we talk about whoopings and spankings, um, Just think about it in slavery. You know, like
Checking on your food, brother.
excuse me, that was a drink. It was some ice I had. But just think about slavery though. You know what I mean? Like they knew, man. See, this is the thing. Pain. See, I'm thinking about slavery, but I'm thinking about them getting hit, and I'm thinking about more about but the effect of them getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, because you get pain from that. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, but but yeah, man, I don't feel like we supposed to be doing it that way. Like I say, you know what I'm saying? Because we telepathic. You know what I'm saying? Supposed to be learning and growing. And everything is a lesson. Ain't no right or wrong. Ain't no up, down, left, right. Ain't no living it down. No living ahead and all that. None of that shit. Yeah, I understand we beyond that. You know what I'm saying? We got a greater goal. You know what I'm saying? So, but these are slave master teachers that we go by to this day, just like these other traditions y'all go by every day. You know, Easter, you know, Christmas, you know, same thing. Yeah, that's my spiel for right now. Appreciate you, everybody listening.
Yeah, and you right, man. You made me think about something when you were talking about the pain that you get from it. I mean, a whole lot of stuff. I kept thinking of stuff, but I'm gonna just stick with the end part. You was talking about how it's the pain that you get from this thing or whatever, right? So you know what I'm saying? What I got up here: discipline, spankings, whoopings, training. All right. So they spank you. Uh, let me see if I can say this right. Let me see if I can get it right. They spank you. I forgot how I said that. I'm gonna come back to that. Anyways, check this out. So look, man, I'm gonna start by saying, I'm gonna be talking about this spanking stuff, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm gonna get to the other side of it. So just to start off with this whole spanking stuff, right? All right, you know, I'm gonna start off with the Bible, you know, because everybody is Bible heads around here. Proverbs 13 and 24. And I didn't write the scripture down, but you know, everybody know what it say. If you spare the rod, you know what I'm saying, you spoil the child, or you don't love the child, you hate the child. They say all different things depending on what you're reading. All right. Nah. And hold on, let me find. Okay. John in 1563, right? John Fox wrote the book of Martyrs. And in this book it tells about this it's a true story that's talking about in this book about this dude named London Bonner who the dude he was a heretic and he used to go around, you know what I'm saying, burning Catholics and Protestants, you know what I'm saying, during the Roman Empire days or whatever. But they whooped him publicly, you know what I'm saying? They was using belts because I was researching like when they was using belts and shit like that. So they was using belts or whatever. This one of the earliest times I could come around, you know what I'm saying, when they was talking about using belts and stuff like that in 1563. They was using belts to they whooped him or whatever publicly before, you know what I'm saying, before they executed him. But he used to burn Protestants alive, you know what I'm saying, back when back during the Roman Empire days when during Queen Mary the First, I think, and That's what actually the Bloody Mary, the whole Bloody Mary thing come from. It. That's where that come from too, as a part of that, because it was something that he started. But what else? They use switches, belts, paddles, and other stuff or similar or like type stuff. You know what I'm saying? In the book, oh, the book, what's the name of this book? In the book, the flagellation and the flagellate, the flagellation and the flagellate. It's a history of the rod and all the countries from the earliest period to the present time by William Cooper. All right, it explained that the belts was used to what belts was used to keep slaves from scarring to reduce their value. So they were saying they used to. I guess they trying to say they was just doing all type of shit to niggas, but when it was certain type of niggas that they was trying to sell, you know what I'm saying, they was and they had to be punished. You know what I'm saying? They would only use a belt on them because it'll prevent them from scarring or whatever. And, you know, they won't have no cuts and scratches like nothing like that, but they'll just be, basically have a couple of bruises or whatever. And see what else I got here. And they also said in this book called uh, the flagellation and the the flagellation and the flagellant, a history of the rod in all the countries from the earliest period to present time by William Cooper. It also says that uh, a slave can be punished with a belt. This book say. In this book it say a slave can be punished within an inch of his life and still, what I'm saying, live. You know what I'm saying, but still live. You know what I'm saying. You can punish a slave within an inch of his life with a belt. You know what I'm saying, and he'll still live though, uncut up and unscarred and shit, just with some bruises and shit like that. But and then another thing, you know what I'm saying? Uh, like I said, another thing they use is switches, belts, paddles, and shit like that. But paddles or whatever, right? We gonna talk about. Hold on. Yeah, we gonna talk about we gonna talk about corporal punishment real quick, just real quick. But Elizabeth Gershoff, she a professor at UTA, that's University of Texas of Austin. University of Texas of Austin did a 15-year study in 22 states. Corporal punishment is allowed according to the Department of Education. Department According to the U.S. Department of Education, in 22 states, corporal punishment is allowed. You know what I'm saying? And she did a test on this for 15 years, and she seen that most of the time, in most cases, in these 22 states or whatever, most states be like Texas, Alabama, Oklahoma, Georgia, Tennessee. Kind of like mid east. I mean central east, central west U.S. type shit, but southern. I mean, but she did a 15-year study on this, man. That's all these 22 states, and it's mostly in the South, basically. You know what I'm saying? But corporal punishment goes down still. What else? Oh, another thing they do is knuckle rapping. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all ever heard of knuckle rapping, but I heard about this when I was little. You know what I'm saying? How like at the Catholic schools or whatever. You feel me? Because I knew a white boy that went to Catholic school. You feel me? And a girl. But Catholic school or whatever, when you get in trouble or whatever, they they corporal punishment, they form of corporal punishment. One of them is knuckle rapping, and they used to basically hit your fucking knuckles with some shit. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be called knuckle rapping or whatever. But I heard about that when I was little, but I forgot I didn't never hear the name of it. You know what I'm saying? Until I just went and looked it up and found the name of it. They used to tell me about that all the time. You talk to me, man, I had got in trouble today in class, and the sister or the mother or whatever whichever one is gonna be lady got the knuckles, man. Got the knuckles though. All right. I think this is gonna be the last one I touch on before I talk go into the other stuff. But it's the last one I'm gonna talk on, and it go back even further than 1563. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is just um this right here that I'm bringing up is in is in a book. Well, it's not even a book. It's I don't even know what to call it, but it's in the Code of Hammurabi. Okay, it's a book. Yes, they have a book, but like I say, it's a book. And the book is called in the Code of Hammurabi. Okay, and that's a that's an ancient Egyptian thing, but it this law dates back beyond 18 BC, and it's called the right to do so. No, not the right to do so. It's called wife discipline. You know what I'm saying? Wife discipline, and the right to do so dates back beyond 18 BC. And that's from the book The Code of Hammurabi, which was found in ancient Egypt. In Africa. Okay. Uh, Now I'm talk about the other one. We know, okay, whoopings is out the way. All right, so the other discipline is the like training, right? Uh, Programming, however we want to look at that. Uh, I'm gonna just speak on this part of it, right? Uh, think about how people program like this, right? Just from the way I don't even know what to call them, the media, TV, the deep state, news outlet. I don't even know what to call them, but the way they normalize, what I'm saying, certain things as a part of, and make it, what I'm saying, as a part of, like that's something that's the new thing, or that's what's going on now. But they normalize it, like they prep you for it in a way. You know what I mean? Like maybe if you want to say how kids watch things on TV and be inspired and want to do that when they get older, if you want to use it that way, or if you watching a show or how a white family or a black family or a sports is watching the show or type stuff. But what else? The news, you know, advertise commercials and shit. It's like they program you to think this is the best shit when it comes to commercials. It's the best shit right here. Yeah, they have Michael Jordan on it here. Yeah, nigga. Hey, I use that Old Spice. say I'm saying Old Spice because you know they use everybody on that motherfucker. I done seen Terry Crews on that bitch. Goddamn Tyrese. All right, but anyway, Old Spice, you feel me? You see how they do though? So they program you. Advertising is part of how they program you. You know what I'm saying? Which is a part of training and discipline. You might not think of it is, but it is because the discipline is and the training and the program. The training gets you to go with the program. You know what I'm saying? Which is the discipline. You know what I'm saying? And the hold on. Yeah. The the program or whatever, the training is to get you to go with the program. You know what I'm saying? Which is the discipline. You know what I mean? So they like I said, they program me. The training is the way they normalize it, or the way the standard that they set that they trying to create. You know what I mean? So like I said with the whole commercials and propaganda, the stereotypes, the news media, it's all the way that they doing it is like they trying to set a standard. You know what I mean? By propagating it so much. You know. But anyways, it's the same thing with the discipline. You know what I'm saying that they created the standard, and also then when it comes down to you know self discipline or a different type of training, like you were saying, military training. You know, think about the type of training you got to go. You got to go through mental training because as soon as you get there, hey, trauma, you a maggot, you ain't shit, nigga. All this, you feel me? They getting on your ass. Who you with? Who you? What you with? They getting on your ass. You feel me? They got you playing around and training with live ammunition and shit like that. You feel me? They is traumatized. They training. It's, uh, it's the same. It's the same thing. And then you have that discipline. What they doing is trying to give you the ability to have that discipline to control yourself and maintain your focus on what you know what I'm saying. So let's say with the when it comes down to spanking and stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You training them, you know, you training them by telling them and showing them and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But you you trying to have them to be you trying to make them disciplined, or you trying to have them to follow a certain type of discipline for as the way they carry themselves. You feel me? So, you know, to me, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you telling and showing them will be the training, you know, the spanking would have to be, or the whooping would have to be like the punishment, you know what I'm saying, for falling off your training type stuff, you know what I'm saying, to be disciplined or to go with the standard. You know, if you're not holding up the standard that your parents want you to hold up, which is don't talk back to me, respect me, do what I say, do and all that, and you're not doing that, you know, you're not upholding that standard, then you fell off the training. So that's where the spanking come in, you know. Uh, on the whole, just on that part of the discipline note, I just want to get on that part and just say that. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if you want to get in this thing or not, DJ. But We gonna go ahead and just gonna open it up. If y'all want to jump in this thing, I say yo, where y'all
Nah,
at?
man. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Nah, for the most part, I'm just listening. Because my whole aspect, I done came with, just how I discipline my kids or something. But I mean, it's just typical discipline. I don't beat them. You know what I'm saying? But uh, if if they doing something that they shouldn't be doing, and then I would verbally, say something to them about it, tell them that they shouldn't be doing it, and tell them why or what have you. But if they continue to do it, time after time after time, then I would, you know, physically discipline them. But maybe it'd be a belt, or I might pop them on the hand or something. You know,
But hey,
and
my
that's
but
what
thing
I
is,
hold on, D, hold on, wait, let me say this real quick. And that's what I was saying right there. You see what you said. You would tell about to tell them and tell them that's the training. They fall off the training, then they get the whooping. You know what I'm saying? Because they not holding up the standard of the level of discipline that you want them to be on. You feel me?
right,
my
right.
thing
So
is, apply that to your wife. You telling her, you telling her to do something over and over. We don't listen. You gonna beat them. You feel me? Niggas in the
I
old
mean,
school,
at
that's
the
why
at
niggas
the
was doing this. That's why niggas from back in the day used to do that shit. Wife wouldn't listen, I'm finna beat them. You with who? Boom, I'm beating you. You ain't got the what? I'm beating you. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're a
I mean,
kid, you know what I'm saying? But you don't do that to your wife nowadays, you know what I'm saying? But you still do it to your kid
I
though.
get what you I get what you're coming from, but
It's
if
different.
if I got a female, a girlfriend, wife, companion, whatever, you know what
And
I'm
I say
saying?
wife because it's somebody that you gonna spend your life, the rest of your life with. It's like a
All
child,
right,
somebody that's really close to you. You know what I'm saying? That's
all
why I
right. So
said
let
that.
me, for the most
And,
part,
and they ain't listening over and over. What you gonna do? You ain't gonna beat them, but you gonna do something though.
all right. So for the most part, if it's a female, I'm supposed to be spending the rest of my life with, whatever the case may be. Uh, you know, as an adult, I mean, you able to get married, legally. I'm guessing around, I don't know, but I'm gonna say 18. But anyway, because you consider an adult. So with that being said, a real man, I ain't gonna even say a real man, but a man, period, should not put his hands on his wife, hands, belt, what have you. And that's only because you didn't raise her. You know what I'm saying? Now, if well, I ain't gonna even go there because you got some people in this wicked world who marry you know underage girls, so they basically did raise them. But anyway, I'm talking about the normal 18 year old get married, or 20 21 year old get married. You didn't raise her, and that's not your offspring. So it's a big difference. I'm talking about raising a child. You know what I'm saying? Now let's say my companion, uh, I tell her something, and she didn't listen the first time. I tell her again, she didn't know whatever. I tell her multiple times. Put my hands on her, but I'm gonna do something, you know, uh, to get her attention. I might not come home that day, or I might not give her no money on something she wants. You know what I'm saying? Or I might not. I'm gonna take some stuff away, or I might ignore her for the, because I don't know if y'all ever ignored a woman, but they get real agitated just from you ignoring. You know what I'm saying? And they try to talk to you. So it's different ways you handle the situation, especially with a grown person. But I'm talking about kids. I'm not gonna compare my kids to my wife or my companion simply because if you know it, if you understand that the whole concept of getting married and yada yada yada. This is supposed to be, your life partner. So, as you know, because you've done it yourself as a child, you grow up, whether you go to school or not, you get your job and you move on. So but your wife is sister. But let's say you got married at 20 and y'all both pass away at 130. Nigga, that's 110 years y'all been together type shit. Like, nigga, come on, nigga. Keep it gangster, bro. Like, but
I think that's 110 years.
jumped in there. I lost my train of thought.
It don't matter. I get what you were saying though.
110 years of lessons and learning.
But yeah, man, you know what though? Think about this too, man.
I mean, everything is a lesson to learn.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I mean. That's called life.
yeah. It's just when it comes down to parental, you feel me? That's totally different from marital or relationship type of discipline or however we want to call it. To me, you can't really handle those two situations the same. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Yeah, to me, you can't really handle those two situations the same. But, yeah. What I was gonna say was, I thought you were gonna say so. I was gonna say I was gonna get back on this train and discipline, but I also wanted to say mind control. You feel me? I didn't want to forget to say that part, you know, because it's a lot of levels of discipline and mind control. You know what I'm saying? Is a level because, like I say, it's a. When I'm speaking on the aspect of a certain level a person is holding themselves to or being held to, or you know what I'm saying, type stuff. So I'm saying mind control because that's just what they doing with this advertising. That's what they do with this news. That's what they do with this stuff. That's the people that's controlling everything you get comes out of their hand. So they saying what you get, eat from all the way down to the music that you hear to the type of clothes you can be sold. You feel me? They probably make all type of shit, and we already know people make all type of music, and everything don't make the radio or even social media or Google, YouTube, Spotify, none of even the regular shit. You feel me? So it all comes to their hand, man. So they controlling stuff on a certain level, just like how how they like they give you options. Like a restaurant, they give you options, even though you have a choice. It's a choice of what they give you. You know what I'm saying? So mind control is real easy. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying earlier, all you have to do is propagate it. All you have to do is only have these type of shows on TV. All you have to do is have this type of music playing on the radio. All you have to do is have this type of news. You know what I'm saying? All you have to do is have this type of restaurants and stores and in this neighborhood. All you have to do is have this type of housing and this, we can go all type of levels with this thing. You feel me? So that's what they doing, man. That's what they doing out here, man. At the end of the day, they got people under mind control name for real. They don't even understand it. And I was thinking about, what I'm saying, on the Matrix, right? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't even finna get into that. You know what I'm saying? But it's something I was thinking about earlier. You know what I'm saying? That had came across my mind about the Matrix. You feel me? Because it I ain't finna go into that, y'all. We gonna talk about that off. We gonna say that. 'Cause I got something for that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't even all that. But yeah. Anyways, man, what's up, Debo, man? What's up, BJ? We good. We finna get up out of here, man. Everybody good? All right. Hey, man. Look, appreciate y'all for watching, tuning in, messing with us. You know what I'm saying? And we just passing information along to the next. You feel me? That's how we doing. You know, we letting you know, man. You're under my control. You feel me? Hey, think about all the training. You feel me? The mental training. Even with these video games, what's the first thing they can say? Nigga, what? Nigga, I'm being that bitch like Call of Duty. You feel me? Let them niggas come out house. Nigga, I'm being that bitch like Call of Duty. You feel me? I told my kid folk the other day, nigga, your shit look like some Call of Duty shit. Yeah, man. So, anyways, man, that shit crazy. You know, that programming, training, you feel me? You know, it's all different levels to this shit. Just at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's all uh, a type of training, you know, to set a certain type of standard, you know what I'm saying? Which would be a certain discipline that somebody hold themselves to, which also discipline is part of the training, you know, you know, 'cause that'll be the spanking and the whip, you know, or the punishment, you know, because we leaving our punishment with the spanking and the whooping. Oh, hey, let me ask y'all this before we go, man. A spanking and a whipping, right? Because we gotta think about that now. Is if we whooping a child, are we whooping them to teach them, or are we whooping them to punish them? You feel me? Now, when they is and let's use that with the on the adult level. Now, when they whooping an adult, was they whooping them to punish them, or was they whooping them to teach them? You dig what I'm saying?
It's both.
It's both. And I why would it be both?
The punishment is the whooping. What they supposed to get out of it is learning not to do some shit or whatever. So it's both.
Okay. All right. So
So
punishment.
punishment, because it's basically like consequences. So like the whole idea of it is consequences to the stuff you do, right? So like a lot of people would say you learn most of you learn most of what you know from home, and whether it be the way you act or what have you. You go into Walmart and you see these kids in there and they running all over the store, pulling stuff off the shelves and all kind of crap, right? And first thing you say is, "Oh, that motherfucker got no home training. Look at the goddamn."
Okay.
Now
Okay.
listen to it. No home training, right? So they haven't been trained to
Uh,
act accordingly, right?
uh,
You know what
that's
I'm saying?
true.
So,
We sitting here
uh,
talking about training and shit too.
right. So if you learn everything from home. So if you getting out of line at home and you going around, you got glass stuff all, vases and stuff, and they running around the house and pulling vases off the goddamn shelf or whatever. Then what you gonna do? You gonna not hit them? You done told them 15 times. What you gonna do? Because so only so much talking. They're not gonna learn from you to keep talking because they don't feel like you get no consequences. There ain't no consequences in that. You gonna take a video game? I done that already. I took video games, cell phones, all kind of things, right? So okay, so you want me to hit you because you ain't getting the right attention. Okay. You know what I'm saying? This is about reading child because they don't really know how to express emotions or egos or what have you. So, and for anybody that say, you know what I'm saying, it's their ego, well, they kids, motherfucker, they got ego.
So he
So,
wanted to get hit. Is that what you're saying?
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying he want attention, and they act out. A lot of kids act out if they don't get attention, right? And so even if you've
Oh,
told them,
so
hey,
they do bad stuff.
yeah, a lot of times kids
Basically,
be
they do shit they know they aren't supposed to be doing
exactly
on purpose.
right on purpose because like my my second child, he he'll just be hollering and start lying about it. He'll make up a story. Like if I'm showing my youngest one too much attention and he feel like he ain't getting enough, he'll say, in school the teacher slapped me. And I'll be like, hold on. See, we don't play them games. Hold on. What do you mean the teacher slapped you? Because I gotta go and beat the teacher. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, what do you mean? Yeah, I say, what happened? Oh, I was coming in the classroom and I picked up a crayon and she thought I was throwing it and she slapped me. Hold on. Wait, what? And so I gotta look at him because this is my child, so I know him. I'm looking at him. Okay, you lying. No, no, I'm not. I look at him again. Oh yeah, you lying. And he'll bust out laughing. He go, okay, I'm lying. Okay, what is this? Why would you make up a story? Because you know your parents. You know I'm gonna go up there and beat the snot out of this teacher. You know what I'm saying?
He said something outrageous, huh? She slapped me. Hey, what?
Yeah,
She
yeah,
slapped you? It ain't shit else to say.
right. And see,
Say
some people,
like they say less.
right. See, some people just act off my child. I'm gonna believe my child. I'm gonna go up here and get on this teacher. No, you can't do that because you got to know your child. He's just seeking attention. You know what I'm saying? And I know when he do retarded stuff. You know what I'm saying? So not retarded stuff. That was for lack of better words. But I know what he do just off the wall things for some attention, man. So when it gets to that point, you can't just keep talking because he gonna keep doing it. So I gotta figure out. And I'd have been, like I said, I done took games and phones and go sit in the corner. To not hit them. And there's been a lot of times I don't, I let them make it as far as not touching them and blah blah blah. But what does that do? He gets worse. If I'm not around, oh boy, when I'm not around, it's a mess. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't have no consequences.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes you gotta show a boy your presence as a man too. They be tripping. They be needing that shit so they can simmer down a little bit. For real, like I and I don't mean that in no
Right.
antagonistic type of way though, like on some bully shit, but sometimes you can set some of the shit down real quick. And yes, without even putting your hands on them.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've got to a point to where I'm just gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. My bad, I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, I
But
wasn't saying
I'm to the point now, like if any one of mine, so they could be doing something. And the moment I say five, you know what I'm saying, they looking at me. Whatever they doing, they just stopped and they tracks and they looking at me. If they
that.
haven't five,
What?
because I'm counting down, you know what I'm saying? If
Yeah,
I
I
get
know
to
you ain't
one,
like, oh yeah, he for real. Oh, this nigga serious.
yeah, I go from five to one. If I get to one, I'm taxing your motherfucker. And I mean in a government way. You know what I'm saying? And they be taxing. You
Ain't you can do about it.
know what I'm saying? Income tax, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You got the state tax, and you got uh, social security, and you got all kind of taxes you be paying. Man. Anyway, so yeah, they know. So once I get to if I get to three and they ain't stopped, I'm walking their way. If I get to two, if I'm at two and I'm still walking that way, meaning they still doing what they doing, they know at one, it's a wrap at one. So, like I say, if I say five, they already didn't stop. They looking at me like, is he serious? Okay, yeah, let me stop. You know? Yeah.
Let me see if he gonna go to three. Three.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Nah, I'm good. Let me go downstairs, man. I ain't finna fuck with this nigga today.
Real shit. So I mean, yeah. Sometimes I don't have to get on like as far as physical goes, but
Mm-hmm.
like I say, sometimes I do because I done been said it about 15 times, and you ain't apparently you ain't catching it. And I know you don't got no disabilities, no learning disabilities, no listening disabilities, no seeing disability, whatever you want to call it. I know you ain't got
You know
them. I
exactly
know
what
you
I'm telling you to do.
right. I know you got common sense, so we ain't even fit to play these games.
Mm-hmm.
You want some attention? I can give you some attention some other kind of way. It ain't got to be you doing, crazy stuff to get some attention. So,
Mm-hmm.
the same thing applies for the females because some females they do some retarded stuff. I mean some crazy stuff for attention. You know what I'm saying? But you can't like back to D. But I ain't hitting the female. I just handle the situation without physical um encounter. Like I say, whether I gotta ignore them or whether I gotta walk out, leave, don't come back that day, don't call, don't answer no text. Whatever I gotta do, I ain't gonna put my hands on because I know what come with that. You know what I'm saying? So, even if they put their hands on me, because I done had that before. But
Hey, I'm gonna say this for off the record. I ain't gonna say that.
you know what I'm saying? But as
Shit.
being me and growing up, and my mama like, yo, don't ever do this, you know what I'm saying? Don't ever do that. And me knowing that a woman is not a man. Now she mankind, but she's not a man. Now they got some women like Clarissa Shields that'll probably knock me the hell out. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put my hands on because I might could knock her out with a half of the first blow. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna even attempt to do nothing.
What if she's stealing off on you?
Oh no,
And
I'm
you
still
ain't,
gonna I'm gonna fold up and walk the hell out.
if you can't get out of there, what if you can't get out of there?
Man, you gotta fold up. You gotta fold up and get up out of there.
You just go eat that. Hey man, look. Let me say this now. Hold on, D, press me. Let me say this real quick. Now, I don't, I'm not a. I don't put my hands on females. I ain't a big fan. Hey, I'm a little dude. I'm only 5'11". I I'm not finna let ow. You feel me? Nobody. Nobody. I'm sorry. You feel me? She might get a couple off, but if she don't chill, I'm gonna go ahead and just. It's not even funny, man. It's not even funny, but ain't for real. If she get a couple off on me, okay, but all right, bitch. Yeah. If she don't want to chill, cause I'm not finna fold up and go on no corner. Mm, I'm not finna do it, bitch.
Nah, I don't even go to a corner. I mean like
I don't mean
get
it
out
like
the get out that way, period. Go out the house, go down the street. I don't mean go sit in the corner, let her just keep tagging you. Nah.
yeah.
I mean, it's not even that. You can defend
I'm
yourself,
not
put your
finna let
hands,
her. I'm
block
not
the
finna let
mother,
her
grab her hands or something.
out the door. I'm not finna let her hit me out the door. I ain't finna. Matter of fact, I'm not even finna let her get a couple in. Like I said, I'm a little nigga, man. She mess around and catch me with what I did. Just wanted to be too nice. For real. Catch me one with too nice. But right in my motherfucking lip. Bam. Think she done did something. Now she really don't want to stop. I'm gonna have to. No, I ain't gonna. I ain't gonna do that. I'm sure I can block and weave and duck all that shit that's coming. I done did it a couple of times. So it's fun. They crazy. But yeah, man. Nah, but I can't. I sit there. I wouldn't put my hands on the two. I let her probably get a little swing on. Get my little block weaver duck game on some sparring shit. Probably start laughing at it. Anyways, man, look, man, we finna get up out of here, man. Appreciate everybody for watching. Once again, like I said, you know what I'm saying, DJ, appreciate you for coming through, fam.
For sure, for sure.
Debo Lottie, appreciate you for coming through, even though you gone already. You know what I mean? Chainbreaker Squad, you know what I'm saying? We out this bitch. Peace.
Peace.